So the future is exciting, but I also think it's can be achieved only by team effort.
Sure. And so AI is in everything from, let's say, farming right up until how we distribute food, how we, it's now starting to become more and more important in terms of how we consume food, right? And it's interesting to see that in the last few years, especially, there's been a lot more activity within food tech in general. I guess a lot of that is looking kind of online ordering platforms, and there's been a lot of activity there. But do you see that artificial intelligence, is it a growing conversation in that community of computer scientists that are interested in applying this to kind of food and nutrition?
Well, let's start with precision agriculture. And you mentioned there are so many parameters actually that influence how the food is grown. And these parameters can be quantified, and with the rise of different sensors as well, they can be measured, and the data can be captured at a scale that never been possible before. And when you have these large volumes of data and you need to interrogate them, when you have hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of variables, as humans, it will be very difficult for us to find any patterns. That's why you need machine learning and AI techniques that can literally go through this vast amount of data and identify some of the predictive patterns that you can use. I mean, that's starting from precision agriculture right down to the personal recommendation for individuals, because as an individual, you have certain preference of ingredients, but you also have the genetic predisposition. We discussed before the microbiome, and all of these generate millions of variables, I mean, that need to be taken into account. And any combinatorial problem, when you think about it, requires a huge computing power and machine learning and AI techniques. So that's why I think, to be honest, the future is digital and I think AI-driven. But I also want to say that it's not by any means a substitution of a chef, for example, but it's augmentation. It's how we can actually augment AI technologies that would work with you and help you. I mean, to navigate through this vast amount of data to make you to make decisions better when it comes to, say, in your case, designing new types of food or meals.
What can this be used for? We know, because we've discussed this, and this is part of what we'll talk about in a bit with hyperfoods, but the idea of optimizing people's diet if, let's say, they're undergoing a certain type of therapy or treatment for a disease or illness, that you can optimize their diet. I think what else? So other than, let's say, overcoming diseases, there's preventative, I guess, eating. So eating a diet that would help you with reducing the possibility or likelihood. We said there were diets that would help if you're undergoing certain kind of treatments. What else could we do with this? What other opportunities are there?
Well, I think the opportunities with food are extremely large, because I believe that food is one of the biggest modifiable factors that we as individual can change. And that's why we need to have a smart companion in a way. And because there is so much written about nutrition research and so much exciting stuff been done thus far, but it's not aggregated, it's not systematically analyzed because of the vast amount of information. And I think that's where machine learning and AI techniques can help to navigate through this vast knowledge base to help you make smart nutrition choices on a day-to-day basis.